What's going on? My name is Zorian.
Hi, my name is Lauren.
Hi, my name is Ben.
What's up, guys? My name is Ethan.
Hey everybody, my name is Melina.
A time that impacted me at SEU has been my journey through SEU worship. Whenever I got here, I'd never really been in an environment where I was around young adults leading a room of people that was so on fire for God, and so I was so nervous. I had a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress about just being perfect and leading well, but those were all things that I was putting on myself.
Coming to SEU had a really big impact on me. Coming out of high school, you play football, you're an athlete, and your biggest goal is to get a scholarship or get an offer to play at the next level. And during that process, you got to figure out what school is going to be the best for you, and you have to make a decision. And I went to different schools, different visits, and when I went to other schools, I only felt like they were going to help me grow athletically. But coming to SEU, they had a big impact because I felt like they were going to help me grow in a different way, a different aspect of my life, which is what I was really looking for.
So thankfully, with the people and the relationships that I made, with people discipling me and mentoring me, they were able to quickly remind me that it's not about the way that I lead and it's not about what I say, but it's about the way that I'm allowing the Spirit to move through me.
Coming to SU, I wanted to pursue business, but it wasn't until I went on an SU missions trip that God revealed my calling into full-time missions. I think majority of my life I've questioned God on what my calling was. And it wasn't until I went to the Norway trip last year that He revealed it to me. Through sharing the gospel with the man and giving my Bible away, He just showed the light of Himself and who He is and His character to so many people who have never experienced Him before.
Looking back at when I first came to SU, I was dealing with a lot of brokenness and a lot of hurt, and through that, God found me where I was at, and I was able to recommit my life to the Lord during a chapel service here at SU. Throughout that journey, one of my biggest supporters was my RA in one of the residence halls here on campus. Through that, God really called me to serving as an RA as well, and I've had an opportunity to do that for the past few years here at SEU.
The pressure was quickly just taken off of me, and the people that I was around and my peers was something that impacted me a lot, and they were able to hold me accountable, not only to being the best worship leader that I could be, but being the best Christ follower that I could be.
One experience that really impacted me is serving this year as the student body president for the Student Government Association. Coming into SEU, I really didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, but serving in different leadership capacities and ultimately through this experience, I've learned what I'm really passionate about. Passionate about leading teams, connecting with the people on my team, interacting with them, getting to know about their lives, and ultimately working together for a common goal.
I was playing football and I had a really big injury and I was going to be out for a whole year. I found myself having communities, going to chapels, Bible studies, getting advice from people that I didn't think I was going to get advice from. And they were able to put in a different perspective that football is just what you do, it's not who you are.
I've just seen God work in so many different ways that He's just called me into the long-term field. He's called me to pursue missions on the SU missions team, and I think that's equipped me a lot to go out into the field and to have the skills to live missionally in Lakeland, but also live missionally wherever He sends me.
I was talking to a resident during rounds one night, and she was really hurting, and through that I was able to see myself a few years ago in her eyes standing in front of me, and I had an opportunity to literally kneel at the feet of the Lord with her and be able to pray over her and pray peace over her.
I also want to be a better father one day, a son, a student. I wanted to be a better person, and I was able to grow spiritually and find myself finding God in a better light than I would have ever before if I went to a different school.
I've learned all these things this year and how I want to pursue them in my life, to advocate for people, to lead teams, and to ultimately to serve the Lord in that. I've loved doing this, and I've refined what I'm passionate about, and ultimately I've had real-world experience that I can apply later in life down the line in different management and leadership roles that I want to pursue. I'm so grateful for this opportunity and how SU has impacted my life.
That was a few months ago, and I've gotten an opportunity to see God really work in her life and be able to support her through so many connections here at SEU, and being able to see her grow in that, much like I was able to throughout my time at SEU, has been an absolute joy and has really been a testament of how good God can be if we really allow Him to work in our lives.